everybody, it is I, Gabriel. Welcome to the first episode of 12 Days of Beymas. And our first Bey will be none other than the Bey that started the entire series, Dransword.
Dransword is an attack-type Beyblade owned by Jackson Cross in the anime. Its parts are Dransword 360 flat. The Dransword blade is a 3-sided attack blade that is strongest at using its smash attacks, using these little spikes on the blade to send the opponent horizontally. Also, I don't know why there are gaps here. The gaps probably shock absorb, but that's for defense type. So I don't think that's what the holes are for. The 360 ratchet has good synergy with the blade, as you can either have it like this, which is the anime accurate way, or you could have it where it covers all these holes. And flat is your basic attack bit, having a flat surface where it can go around in a extreme dash. Now let's see it in action. Now, as for how Dransword's launched, you can launch it in 2 separate ways. In one way you can launch Dransword is tilting it so that this way can prolong the extreme dash, giving you a bit of a delayed launch, giving you a bit of time for the Bey to chill in the middle of the stadium to hopefully get an early knockout. This style is mainly used if you want to get an early knockout in your battles, but it can also have a bit of it has a bad tendency if you use it against another attack type. If you tilt launch your Beyblade, it could also scrape against the stadium, so tilt to an angle that doesn't scrape against the stadium. Alternatively, there's another way you could launch it by just launching it flat. Launching it flat throws it straight into the extreme line and throws it straight into the center of the stadium. This is the most consistent way on how you could actually win with Dransword, because stamina and defense types usually sit in the middle of the stadium, and if your Dransword is a heavy mold, or if you have enough power that Dransword is basically just a Phoenix Wing to you, you'll be able to plow it out of the stadium. Now, let's see this technique in action with Perseus Dark. Perseus Dark isn't going to be part of the 12 Days of Beymas, so I'm going to be using Perseus Dark as the main test dummy for attack base. So, first off, here's the tilt launch technique. The tilt launch is mainly used if you want to get under the blade. But with Beys like Dransword, battling against a CX Bey like Perseus Dark, it'll have a lot of struggle, and you won't always get a good launch into it. But trial and error is how you get better at Beyblade. So try this again. If you go, it's like you try to get under the blade. If you're lucky enough, you'll get under the blade. Or you could also get under the blade to knock it down, like as you just saw in this battle. As for the second method, it's meant for getting quick knockouts, like so. Again, like the first method, it's not always gonna net you some good wins. It's not always gonna be a knockout. But again, as I said earlier, trial and error gets you everywhere in Beyblade. So if you try again, see, I didn't even plan that. That's just how the Bey goes. Now, before I end up the episode, here's one fact about Dransword. Out of every Beyblade and Beyblade X, Dransword is the one that has the most different versions. And I'm not talking about recolors, I'm talking about 5 versions of its stock combo, with 3 being a gold, bronze, and silver version given out as tournament prizes, a sushi-based mail-in service thing, a Cobalt Dransword that has the same parts as the stock combo of this, and finally, the 25th anniversary set version, totaling up to about 6 versions. So yeah, that's it for today's episode of 12 Days of Beymas. Tune in next episode when we talk about Dran Buster. So, tune in next time. See you guys later. Subscribe.